Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. So today I have week 5 of my 2021 Project Life album here for you today. I am using the Studio Calico Documenter Kit. I'm showing you that I only have a few 3x4 cards left because this was the kit for January and January had 5 weeks. So I'm putting my pictures in semi-chronological order, and I do print my pictures out using the Epson PM400 photo printer. And I date all of my photos and then put them in semi-chronological order. I am placing my photos down in various areas, and the 4x6 photo in the middle of the left-hand side, I'm going to cut in half to make two 3x4 photos because I had too many 4x6 photos this time. Now I'm showing you that I have a few journaling cards left from this Studio Calico kit. So I'm just taking a 6x6 cardstock that I had that matches the kit, and I'm just cutting it down to 3x4, and I'm going to use it in one of the slots. Now, since this is like a sage green color, I didn't want to put it next to the other green card, so I moved some of the cards around. Now I'm using the Felicity Jane alphanumerics puffy stickers to indicate that this is week 5. And now this photo is of my son, and he just got a new ping pong paddle. Don't mind his long hair. During COVID, we barely got haircuts because we were just stuck at home. So I'm using the print and cut labels that are sold on the Studio Calico website, and each of the Studio Calico print and cut labels match the kit perfectly. So I adhere the label down using my Coquio roller adhesive, and I'm using my dark gray vintage Sarasa dark gray pen. I like to use gray instead of black because it's not as stark as the black ink would be, but it is still very easily readable. So I did staple using the tiny attacher, the gold star that came with the kit as well. And on this next picture, I'm just writing Wetzel's Pretzels again, and then I'm using the One Canoe 2 roller date stamp to date all of my photos as well. So then I'm going to use a tiny attacher to attach all of my labels. I like the texture that it adds to these labels as well. I'm using the Memento ink this time around instead of the StazOn, and this ink pad works so well on photos that I'm going to be using that instead of StazOn ink moving forward. Now I'm using my tonic guillotine to cut this photo in half, and it's a photo of my dad playing frisbee with my kids. And I wanted to add this 4x6 photo, but I didn't have enough 4x6 space, so I'm just cutting it in half. Now on this journaling card, I wrote, since our families were social distancing for Christmas and New Year's, when my dad came down at the end of the month, the kids got to spend time with him, and they did sebe. Sebe is where they bow and receive their blessings for the year as well as cash. So of course the kids were so excited. And that's the picture of them bowing, and I'm going to move some of the pictures around so that you can see all of my kids bowing to my dad. Now they are supposed to bow to all of their elders, so that would have been my brothers and their wives and me and Dave, but we just had it just so that they were bowing to my dad. Then on this next photo on the left is Kaya coloring on her Chromebook, and I'm just going to use a label to adhere that and journal that, as well as date stamp that and adding a star to that photo. Now you see that photo of my kids bowing. I also put a gold star on that one as well. Now I do love the Coquio roller adhesive. This is my favorite roller adhesive, and I use that for all of my labels, and anytime I do Project Life, this is the roller adhesive that I use. So after I staple the star and the label, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the right hand side of my layout. Now on the right hand side of my layout, I have this photo of my dad handing my kids the cash, and it's an action photo, so you can't really see what's going on, but you can see that one of my kids, or a couple of my kids, have money in their hands. Now this photo is of my setup where I do my makeup YouTube video, and my dad wanted a picture of my beauty setup, so I took this picture for him and gave it to him, and that's what I'm journaling on this label, and then I'm going to date stamp that as well. I'm also going to put a gold star on the photo of my dad with the kids because I like to have stars in odd numbers, and so I had 3 on the left hand side, so I'm going to have 2 on the right hand side, so it makes 5 gold stars. Now this bottom photo is of me posting some of the Poshmark. I sell my kids' clothes on Poshmark, and so I wrote selling clothes on Poshmark, and I'm taking this to the post office. And so I am date stamping that, and I'm going to use a stapler to staple that as well. Now there's a photo of my kids playing poker, or teaching my dad how to play poker at the poker table. There's not much journaling I need to do with that one, but on the bottom right hand, excuse me, photo is of Sammy playing soccer with my kids. And he comes every Saturday morning to help tutor my kids in soccer. So I date stamp that, and then I'm going to put the gold stars down. I also want to do some stamping with the stamps that came with this kit. And there's one that says "This Story," and I'm going to stamp that onto the green journaling card with the stars on there. And this Memento ink does a great job of stamping, because usually I use the VersaFine black ink to stamp anything that's not on photos, but this one did a great job with that. Then I'm also going to use the Kelly Winnell stamp that says pandemic, and I'm going to use the one that says social distancing, and I'm going to stamp that on the yellow polka dot card. You'll see I'm going through some of the pandemic stamps or COVID stamps and trying to see which ones I'm going to use. And so I will do the social distancing, and then I'm going to use some of the plastic letters that came with this kit, and I'm using the hashtag for social distancing, and I'm using a geotag for the "This Story" stamp, and then I'm also going to stamp "Let's Stay Home," and I'm going to use the @ for that, because we are staying home. And I do want to show that we are going through a pandemic during this time, because we have so many pictures at home. So there you have it. That is my week 5 of my 2021 Project Life album. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you next time.